All right, legends. So again, my story with social media is an inspiring one, but I've also been able to help people do the same thing. And again, the main thing is there's two things. Three things. Understanding the person you want to help. So the who, not the band, the who, but like who do you want to help? Then being consistent and tracking. These are the three keys. You got to know who you want to help, which we talked about in the first day. You've got to be able to be consistent. You got to show up every single day, Monday to Friday at least. Have a couple of days off if you need to. One day off is definitely advised, just to have a guilt-free time away from your phone, just to prove to yourself that you're not addicted to your phone, right? It's not easy to begin with, but it will help you long-term. Consistent. And then the third thing is tracking. I know a lot of you guys are petrified of the idea of tracking, but all this is spending 15 minutes at the end of the week going to find the best performing piece of content you did that week so that you can add it to your hot content list. I'm going to come to that a little bit later on, but it's very, very, very important. These three things are super, super key. So in this part, I want to share with you, let's talk about the path that you want to go on. And I want you to be able to decide this because there are three different paths you choose. You either want to make sales, you want to get team members, or you want to build a brand, right? Those are your three options. One of these three. Do you want to get sales? And I'm curious in the chat, if you're able to, let me know which one that you're going to be going after. Do you want to make sales of the product? Do you want to build a team of people? Or do you want to build a brand? Right? A lot of people are going to say team. Now, if you want to build a brand, then I hope it's for you to be able to build a team or to generate sales, right? If it's to build a brand for the sake of building a brand, you will end up getting very frustrated and you will probably not make a lot of money you probably won't make a lot of money, full stop, right? Unless you build the brand to get the team and the sales, okay? Now, there's one thing that allows you to win at any of these three things. But again, pick your path. A lot of you guys wrote the one word that I've written here, like sales, team, or brand. You wrote it very, very quickly. Great job. That means you have clarity. That means that you can say, I want to use social media to attract or to get new team members. Or I want to use social media to make more sales. Or I want to right? You have an idea of what you want. It's the most important thing of this part that I'm telling you about. Outside of knowing who you want to help, be consistent, and then tracking, knowing your outcome is very important. Otherwise, you'll talk about 20 different things and you'll be stretched thin, you'll get burnt out, you'll get overwhelmed, you'll get frustrated, and you will not be consistent. You can't be consistent when you're overwhelmed and frustrated, right? It just doesn't work. So here's what you need to do. There is a software or a tool that we mentioned yesterday called ChatGPT. And on ChatGPT, you're going to find out the pains of the product that you want to sell. So let's say you have a skincare product. Tell ChatGPT everything about that product and have it say, what is my ideal customer? What pains is my ideal customer going through right now that this product can help with? Okay, so give it, hey ChatGPT, go and find on the website or on the internet or whatever a description of the product with the ingredients. Type that into ChatGPT, and then ask it. Based on this product, I want to know what are the pains my ideal customers are going through that this product can help with. Know the pains, because the pain is the pitch. 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 Write it down, tattoo it to your hand if you need to. The pain is the pitch. When you start leading your content with pains, it naturally hooks people in. It naturally hooks people in. because people can relate to pains more than they can relate to pleasures. Guys, there's 3 things that people love talking about. Number one thing they love talking about the most is their pain. The second thing is what they're excited about. The third thing is gossip or drama or other people. There are magazines making billions of dollars by talking about other people's business, right? So people want to talk about the pain, what they're excited about, or other people and drama, gossip, okay? So pain is the pitch. So if you want to build team members, like, what's the pain around the business or the money? So give ChatGPT a description of the company. My company, blah, 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 blah. Give it as much as you can and get ChatGPT to find the pains. The pains. And with the brand's a little bit more, let's say, difficult. So I'm just going to write pain here and I'll explain it in a minute. But if you want to build a brand around yoga, what are the pains of your ideal followers who want to become better at yoga or whatever you help them with? If you want to build a brand around dog lovers, what are the pains that your ideal follower is going through, and that's why they need your help? If you're in the travel space, and you want to build a travel brand, what are the pains of the people who you want to follow you? What are they going through? When you know exactly how your ideal customer, team member, or follower, when you know that with absolute certainty and clarity, there's nothing stopping you from winning. Nothing. And this is just another level of the who, right? Who plus their pains. Let's put it like that because it's important. The who plus the pains. You've got to be aware. And that is an assignment that I've got for you today. Go and establish the pains of, well, number one, go and establish, do you want to use social media to generate sales, build a team, or build a brand? And don't just say the popular answer that you've seen today. Say what you truly want. And you can pivot. Like, if you want to start with just making sales and then build a team, you can pivot. That's fine. And then number 2, establish what the pains of the product users are, the ideal team members, or the ideal followers are. Once you have that, you now have the basics of your roadmap on social media for content creation. Okay? Now, when it comes to the structure of content, whether it's a post, a reel, stories, lives, posting groups, whatever, here's the format. And I learned this from Russell Brunson. Russell Brunson, I would say, is a billionaire. I know his company got offered $1 billion and he said no to it. One of the smartest marketers in the world. Best-selling author of .com Secrets, Expert Secrets, Traffic Secrets, Genius. Some of you guys who know people like Alex Hormozy, Russell Brunson was probably one of his first ever mentors. So yeah, anyway, hook, story, offer. That's the format. Hook, tell a story, give the offer. Another example, and I'll go deeper in this in a minute. Another example is from a friend of mine called John Penberthy, based in the UK, was one of Russell's, let's say, students, like myself, and he created grab someone's attention, teach them something, and then invite them to take the next step, right? So whichever one, they're both the same really, but whatever one you relate to, go with. So when you're doing a live, there's got to be a hook, you got to give value with the story, and you got to share an offer or the next step. Or if you're doing a reel, how can you grab someone's attention in the first 0.3 seconds? What can you teach them that they don't already know, or that validates that they should be following you? And then what can you do to invite them to take the next step? Okay? One of those two is going to help. So with this little section, the key is getting clear on who you want to help, and getting clear on who you want to help, get clear on the path that you want to take with the sales of the product, recruiting team members, or building a brand, and then know what their pains are. And then remember, the pain is the pitch. The pain is the pitch. The pain is the pitch. So let's say that I've got someone and I'm trying to recruit people into my business, and my business helps people make money online. The painful scenario that ChatGPT helps establish for me could be that the people who follow me want to make money online. So my hook or my grab attention would be, hey, if you want to make money online, this video is for you. That's the hook. The people who don't want to make money online, don't watch it. Now, I'll tell you a real quick story before we end this section, before we go on to like content flow, which is going to be fun. You're going to like that part. And then I'll tell you a story about my friend Obada. Obada Jabril, based over in Jordan. Me and him we call each other Habibi, just because that's kind of what you call each other here in the Middle East. He's a good friend of mine. When I first met him in May 2020, right? So May 2022, right? May 2022. He was doing $15,000 a month in revenue, right? Some of you guys do more than that. Some of you guys do less than that. It's a good start, but it's not going to set you free, right? It's not going to set you free yet, okay? So we got together. He approached me and he said like, hey, I want to join your inner circle. And I said, great, it'd be great to have you in there. And from that moment onwards, we worked very, very closely together, all right? And in May 2024, sorry, it wasn't May 24, it was March 24, my bad. In March 24, 20 months after we started, his business did $3 million in revenue. So he increased by 200x. And I asked him why. He said, we found the pain of our product and we built a business all around selling products like freaking crazy. So stage one for him was they wanted to find the pains of the people who needed their product. So they established that it was to do with insulin resistance. So their hook, their grab attention was, if you struggle with insulin resistance, this video is for you. And then they went deeper. Like, how would you know that insulin resistance was a problem? Are you feeling tired at 3 p.m.? I'm going to give you the solution. And the entire team were using the same hooks, telling their versions of the stories and inviting people to comment, to message, to follow, to share. They were giving one of those call to actions, right? Comment or follow or share or save, something like, or tap, double tap, whatever, right? And by doing that, they were selling the products like crazy. The volume was going up. And then some of them decided to change their change their focus from sales to team members. So they then started to do content saying like, hey, you may have seen me talking about this product. If you like to make money online, then I'm your guy. So we went from 15,000 volume points a month to over 3 million volume points a month in 20 months by following what I'm talking about here. Now, there were some hacks. I'll talk about the hacks a little bit later, which becomes a habit to you, but that's what I wanted to share. Okay? So in the next part, I want to talk about the content flow.